welcome back. Today we're going to be predicting Alex Pereira versus Jiri Prochazka. Let me know in the comments what you think about the fight, who you think is going to win, what round, what strike even. I want to see some Mystic Mac predictions in the comment section. But let's get right into it. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is stance. Both of these fighters don't fight like normal MMA fighters. So a normal MMA stance would be keeping your hands kind of about cheekbone level, keeping your chin down, and kind of crouching down your body. To avoid the takedown in case you can sprawl out. But neither of these fighters stand like a normal MMA fighter. Alex Pereira doesn't stand any type of way to defend takedowns. He stands completely upright and has a long guard and is always on his toes. This is Alex Pereira right here. He doesn't really ever change this stance, and he kind of uses his back foot, kind of drags it along. And he has a reason to fight like this, but it's unorthodox. It's not like a normal MMA stance where you're able to move around still. Maybe you change up a little bit. Alex stays the same way, and so does Jiri. And this is why I wanted to bring this up, is because Jiri stands very unorthodox. Jiri doesn't even stand like a normal MMA fighter, like a kickboxer. I think he just does whatever he feels like doing at the time. Most of the time when I'm watching Jiri fight, his hands are down here, and he doesn't rely on blocking to protect himself. He relies more on head movement and footwork. But this is not very good against Alex Pereira. I'll break that down later, but more about his stance. Usually, whenever I see him punching, he leads with his head. Like, what does that mean? Like, whenever he's punching, he punches with his head first. I know that sounds crazy, but say Jiri's about to throw a punch. You see what just happened right there? You see what just happened? How I threw my head forward in order to throw the punch? I think this is how Jiri Prochazka gets a lot of power in his strikes, by using his momentum and then throwing his punch out there. But this leaves him very vulnerable and very open. And so whenever he has his hands down here, this also helps with the power. He throws his head and his hands down here instead of up here, a lot more momentum in his strikes. But if you see, every time that I'm out of this position, look at where I am now. And you see Jiri, he doesn't even stand, like neither Alex Pereira or Jiri stand with their chin down. They don't do this at all. Both of them have their chin up, and Jiri Prochazka has his chin up way more. Always. This is Jiri right here. He's always going to use his footwork to get out of the way and his head movement to set up different counters. But the thing about Jiri is, whenever you feint at Jiri, just like that, this is what he does. Say Bob feints at me right now, I go backwards. Jiri does that every single time somebody's pressuring him. He doesn't stand his ground, move his head, and then throw a counter. No. Every time he feels some type of danger, Jiri immediately goes backwards. And watch this. Every one of his fights, he does this. And from the stance that I was talking about earlier, Alex Pereira's stance, just guess right now. What is this stance good for? Why would a kickboxer stand like this? Because they have more effective kicks. That's why. And he can throw this kick anytime he wants. Alex Pereira, Izzy fight, even Jan Blachowicz, whenever in the second round they got up, he immediately started chopping at that leg again. Why can Alex Pereira throw it so fast? It's because of the way he stands. He stands upright and allows his hips to do all the work for him. And usually, his hands don't move. Sometimes his hands are weird. He'll just throw his body. But most of the time, Alex Pereira's kicks come out of virtually nowhere. Now, why would I tell you about Jiri moving backwards and Alex throwing leg kicks? Because leg kicks make you go backwards. And Alex is going to be doing this the first round. The first round, I think Alex is going to have Jiri on the back foot. With these, he's going to have this long guard. Takes up a lot of space. Jiri, whenever he has his hands down, how much space am I taking up? So, say this is a real human and he has some sort of feeling of danger. Do you feel like you're in danger when I'm right here and I have my hands down? No, probably not, right? What about if I have this long guard out? I'm not a very big guy, but now I'm taking up way more space than I was here, Here, there's possibilities of so many things that can happen, but here, Alex Pereira takes up so much space. So this is even worse for the leg kicks too, because he has his long guard out, and Jerry already won't want to go forward and pressure like he usually does with those momentum, boom, boom, just fucking going straight forward. He's not going to want to do that because Alex is going to be taking up a lot of space and throwing these leg kicks. Now, that's not the only thing that Alex is going to throw in the first round. I think he's also going to pair this with some body kicks. Maybe he won't feint like he usually does, you know, like just straight up throw the kick out there. But sometimes whenever Alex is throwing powerful body kicks, you see him start doing weird things with his hands. And you see them float everywhere. I think Jerry might be able to capitalize on this, but I think Alex might feel a little bit more comfortable in this fight and might just start throwing those kicks out early. Now, those two kicks right there are going to back Jerry up. There's no doubt about it. I know Alex is going to throw them, and I know Jerry's going to back up. Why is this not good? Well, everybody talks about Alex Pereira's left hook. Whenever Jerry is going to be backed up by these kicks, he's going to start getting to the fence, and that's when Alex's boxing is going to come into play. What's paired perfectly with this long guard? It's not the kicks only, but it's on the right side too. It's the right cross. So if you can throw this leg kick and body kick out so effortlessly from this side, what could you also be able to throw? What's also loaded up? It's the right hand. So I think this is going to be paired perfectly whenever Alex is kicking and now Jerry's backing up. I think it's already loaded up for that right hand. And I think that might be how Alex rocks him in the first round. But let's give a little bit of credit to Jerry, right? So a thing about Prochazka that we were talking about earlier is how rather than defending with blocking, he defends by countering, rather, using his head movement and countering instead of traditional, parry, punch, or block, punch. He always uses head movement to an uppercut, something like that, and it's always awkward. So Jerry is going to have success in avoiding strikes and then using his momentum to strike. And I think there's no way that Jerry Prochazka can outstrike and outsmart Alex Pereira. I think Jerry's going to have to rely on that awkwardness, and very early he's going to have to put some sort of pressure on Alex Pereira. Why? Because pressure kills creativity. And whenever Alex Pereira is pressuring you, he is very creative. But if Jerry was pressuring him, that kills Alex Pereira's creativity because now he's moving back and he can't use those same leg kicks and combos that I was talking about earlier. Jerry needs to stay awkward because there's no way that he can outstrike Alex Pereira in a kickboxing match. That's just not going to happen. So I think Jerry needs to just move around awkward like he usually does and then establish some dominance very quickly, something. His style is very awkward. He doesn't have a set moveset that he really goes to. Standing like this, it hurts him and it kind of helps him as well. Like I said earlier, this is how he gets all his power. So I think he's going to, if he can keep the pressure on Alex, I think he'll keep his hands down and he'll be able to just go forward like he usually does. Moves his head forward first and then he just kind of starts throwing himself into his own punches. If Alex can counter, perfect. But if not, we saw this Israel Adesanya against Sean Strickland. Pressure kills creativity. If you're a creative striker while moving forward, maybe you will be when moving backwards, but only if you practice it. We haven't seen Alex Pereira move backwards very often at all. He's usually the one pressuring you and moving forward. So if Jerry can make Alex Pereira uncomfortable by pressuring him and staying awkward by moving his head, go up with an uppercut, I see that's the one counter that I see a lot from Jerry. I see him move his head and then throw that uppercut. If he can capitalize on moments like this against Pereira and keep him backing up, then Jerry has a chance at hurting Alex Pereira. So how I think this fight is going to end is probably in the second round. Like I said, I think Alex is going to have maybe some sort of tell, put some power into it, but I think most likely Alex is going to keep these hands up. Kicks are going to come out of nowhere. Jerry's going to start backing up. That's when Alex's boxing comes into play. these hard left hooks to the body, left hooks to the face, left hooks to the face. And I think Jiri isn't going to have a way to defend this properly. It's like Michael Chandler whenever he gets put on the fence. He kind of just keeps his hands down and tries to run away. So I think whenever Jiri gets put on the fence, those hard strikes from Alex Pereira are going to be very hard to evade. And we know Jiri doesn't block. He blocks with his face. So I think Alex Pereira is going to win this fight in the second round while Jiri is on the cage with a right hand. I think Jiri is going to get hurt with this left hook eventually. And I think Alex is probably going to throw another leg kick down here, distract Jiri while he's hurt. And then I think right as he puts that leg back, I think he's going to go with that right hand. And it might be a knockout. Might have to finish him on the fence. Either way, I think Alex is going to win by a right cross. I think Jiri won't be able to put his hands up fast enough. And I really don't even see him block anyway. So this fight really comes down to both of them are really good offensive fighters. They can put pressure on. I think it comes down to who can put the pressure more effectively and who can actually land their power shots. And I think Alex Pereira is going to be able to land these power shots very often. If Jiri can move his head, he's going to have a lot more success. But I think either way, Alex Pereira is going to win this fight, whether it be from a cross, whether it be from a left hook, whether it be from a head kick. I think there's just so many ways that Alex Pereira can win, and there's not really that many ways that Jiri Prochazka can win. So let me know what you guys think. I'm probably missing some things that I wanted to say, but it all comes down to who has the better offense and who has the slightly better defense, because we know Alex Pereira and Jiri Prochazka, they don't have the best defense. But I think Alex Pereira has better offense and defense, so either way, this fight is going to be fireworks. Like I said, guys, let me know what you think about UFC 295 in the comments, your predictions. What round do you think somebody's going to win? Like I said, I want these Mystic Mac predictions in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. We're at 80K now. That blows my mind. I'm starting to put out some more projects. I'm starting to make some more projects, so you guys will see some more crazy stuff soon. Probably forgetting some stuff, but thank you all for watching, and let's see what happens. Let's see if Alex Pereira wins like I said. Anyway, guys, later.